How did a note get into a sealed cereal box? That's the question, among others, tonight being asked by a Luzerne County man.
He contacted the FBI about the note as well as the I Team to look into the situation. 2822 News lead investigator Andy Mehalshick is working the story and joins us live in studio. Andy, what have you learned?
Well, good evening, Nick and Madonna. There are lots of moving parts to this story, but it does appear, based on our research thus far, that notes like this are showing up in all types of food products from numerous grocery stores around eastern Pennsylvania and beyond. And it does appear that the note found in Luzerne County was not put into the box of cereal at the point of sale. We're still working the story and looking for answers. Here's what we found.
Usually, when I open up cereal, I take the bag out, and I open up the bag like this. So I poured it out in my bowl, and out comes this paper. That was all folded up just like this.
And Joe Miller from Sugarloaf Township says he couldn't believe what he was seeing. He tells the I Team he bought the box of Lucky Charms s'more cereal at a Luzerne County grocery store on Sunday and opened it on Monday night.
Oh, I was devastated. I mean, I didn't even want to eat the cereal. Although I still have the box here, I'm probably not going to eat it. I don't know what's inside the cereal or if this note was laced with anything, you know.
At this point in time, 2822 News is not showing the name of the store where the cereal was purchased or the contents of the note as we continue the search for answers. But we can tell you the note contains a mashup of words and references to current events and conspiracy theories. Miller says his big concern is that somehow a note made its way into a sealed food product.
I mean, it just bothers me. I mean, the note really, it's not the note that really bothers me. It's just these notes are found inside food, like kids' food.
Now, Miller contacted the FBI, as did the I Team. An FBI spokesperson had no comment on the note. We did reach out to the manufacturer of that cereal, General Mills, for comment. We have not yet heard back. Now, a spokesperson for the store also tells us they're investigating that situation. Again, we have not heard back from General Mills at this point. We'll keep looking for answers. Back to you.
Okay, Andy, thank you. There are new developments today in an ongoing I Team investigation into what some are calling mystery notes found inside sealed food packages.
Since our reports were first aired and posted on PAHomepage.com, our I Team has gotten several emails and phone calls from viewers across NEPA telling similar stories about finding some of these cryptic notes inside packaged foods. 2822 News I Team reporter Andy Mehalshick has been working the story. Andy's live in the studio. And Andy, what have we learned today?
Well, Nick and Madonna, I can tell you this story, these concerns are growing exponentially. I have personally been in contact with nearly 36 area residents, all of whom want answers, and 2 area congressmen promised to help get those answers.
I mean, it just bothers me. I mean, the note really, it's not the note that really bothers me. It's just these notes are found inside food, like kids' food.
Joe Miller from Sugarloaf Township showing the I Team on Tuesday a note he found inside a box of sealed Lucky Charms s'mores cereal they bought from a grocery store in Luzerne County. Now, since our report, people from across the area have been reaching out. On the Eyewitness News Facebook page, a person writes, "So glad to see your report about strange notes. I found one several months ago and just last month in Lindt dark chocolate. They were purchased from different retailers. Tried to research but came up with nothing." Another person posted, "This ought to add a few more layers to all the secure packaging." And Chris from Montoursville reached out to the I Team to tell us she found a cryptic note in a sealed box of chai tea.
Disturbing that this could happen in sealed up bags and things like that. It's a little unnerving for me.
At this point in time, 2822 News is not identifying the stores where the products were purchased and not showing the full content of the notes. This as we continue our deep dive into what's going on here. But we can tell you these notes contain words like terror, riots, and JFK warned of SS and Lord of Rings, as well as other words connected to conspiracy theories. Congressman Dan Meuser says he's looking for answers.
We're definitely going to stay on top of this. We find if it's concerning to our constituents, which it clearly is, it's concerning to us. So we're going to stay in touch with our contacts at the FBI and the FDA. We will, everything that we can find out that we can legally share, we will.
Congressman Matt Cartwright says he also has been in contact with federal agencies about the mystery notes.
There have been no indications of sickenings, but you don't want to take chances, and we want to find out who is doing this. It's obviously somebody's idea of a weird joke, but you don't want to let it get any further than that.
Now, just a few moments ago, an FDA spokesperson sent the I Team this statement. The FDA is aware of the situation. The agency evaluates product defects and other complaints that it receives. Consumers who have recently purchased items that they suspect have been tampered with should not use the product and should return it to the retail outlet. Now, you can see all of our reports on the matter on our website, pahomepage.com. And very quickly, folks, this is what we're talking about. This is a note obtained by the I Team. We won't show the note fully, but it's folded up inside products very neatly. So the FDA did respond about taking complaints, but the big question remains, how do these notes get into a wide variety of items? So we'll stay on it, still look for answers. Back to you.
Okay, Andy, thank you.
So-called mystery notes coming from, and what, if anything, do they really mean?
And those are just two of the many questions that we hear from people regarding notes found inside sealed food products in our region. The I Team first reported word of the notes last week, and lead I Team reporter Andy Mehalshick is working that story. He joins us now live in the studio. Andy.
Well, Nick and Cass, we are doing a deep dive into these notes. And one thing is for certain, people who have contacted the I Team say they really don't care what these words mean, if anything. They are more concerned about the fact that somebody has access to our food supply. Notes like this have been found in a wide variety of sealed products in northeastern and central Pennsylvania, including cereal boxes like this one in Sugarloaf Township, Luzerne County. The I Team is being contacted by residents all across the region. A Wilkes-Barre Township resident found a note in a beauty product. Her email reads in part, "It seemed the note was placed in the box during manufacturing, as it was folded neatly. At first I thought it was product directions, until I unfolded the note. I hope you can find out who is doing this. So unsettling." A resident from Broadheadsville, Monroe County emailed the I Team, which reads in part, "I found a note like the one in your story, in cereal. I think it was Christmas Eve. Threw it away. Was wondering if it was okay to eat." Congressman Matt Cartwright has been looking into these notes.
We've had some calls to the office. Of course, this is a very weird situation. It's probably a very weird person behind all of it. But you don't want to take chances because there is the implication of public safety when you're talking about food products.
The I Team reached out to the Pennsylvania Department of Agriculture. That's the state agency that oversees the food supply here in the Commonwealth. A spokesperson says they have received similar complaints like this in the past. Prior incidents have turned out to be slips of paper inserted through the sides of cereal box tops. So they are inside the cardboard, but not within the sealed internal packaging. The department has received no recent complaints. So what about the words on the note, which include references to current world events, the dark web, and conspiracy theories, as well as punctuation marks and other symbols? What, if anything, do they all mean? We took a note to Spencer Rappaport, who is a computer engineer and runs a computer repair business in Kingston.
Initially, from what I'm seeing, there's definitely some computer calls in this, some programming. I'd have to do a compiler to see what it executes, if anything.
What will you do now, and what are you hoping to find, if anything?
What this, if it is code, what it executes and where it goes. So I can try and identify if it actually is a code and what it's supposed to do. It could be something malicious, it could be nothing.
Rappaport right now in the process of trying to translate the words on that specific note. Well, more on what he finds, if anything, tomorrow on 2822 News. Also, we have a post on our website, pahomepage.com, a link to the State Department of Agriculture for consumer complaints or concerns about food products. Again, guys, we're still working the story. More to come in the days ahead. Back to you.
So what, if anything, do the words and symbols mean on those mysterious notes found in sealed food products? The I Team has been investigating, and today we have some answers, sort of.
Plus, a woman in Luzerne County says she found a note and saw a second one at a state park. 2822 News I Team reporter Andy Mehalshick keeping track of everything. Andy's in the studio tonight. Andy, what have we learned?
Well, again, lots of moving parts to his ongoing investigation. The I Team is continuing a deep dive into these notes. That includes looking into any possible meaning. What message, if any, do these notes contain? And also, of course, how are these notes getting into sealed food products? Now we've confirmed they have been found in state parks all across Pennsylvania. And the so-called mystery notes that the I-Team has seen and heard about contain words that reference current world events and conspiracy theories. We took one note to Spencer Rappaport in Kingston, who is a computer expert and engineer, to decipher, if he could, one of the notes. What can you tell us at this point in your analysis?
From what I've been able to tell, there are some connections to some dark websites on it, but there's a cipher within there. It's a piece of a puzzle, basically. So what I think is going on is somebody has shrunk it down. I need more notes to put together actually what it's doing and break down what it's going to.
So we sent photos of more notes to Rappaport. Stay tuned. And we also confirmed Thursday that notes have been found at state parks in Pennsylvania. We spoke to a woman who says she and her husband were walking her dog at Nescopec State Park in Luzerne County on Tuesday. She found a note tied to a tree. She first thought it was some sort of advertisement, and then they say they saw our IT report when they got home and called us.
It's the unknown, and who would take the time to take a little wire and wrap it around a tree, put this note, put it on a paper clip. It's just scary.
She took the note to the Butler Township Police Station.
The bigger question here lies in not so much as what's in the note as what breach has occurred between the manufacturing place and the point of sale, that they were able to get into a manufacturer's boxes without being detected and then still being sealed.
The I-Team also spoke with Alex Beloga, the president and CEO of the Pennsylvania Food Merchants Association, a group that works with nearly 4,000 stores and the more than 500,000 employees of those stores. He says they are aware of the so-called mystery notes.
And we appreciate the work that our members, who again are all part of the food supply chain from the retail, wholesale, supplier level. We appreciate what they're doing along with the investigators who are involved and the food safety professionals, as they look into this.
A spokesperson for the DCNR, that's the Department of Conservation and Natural Resources in Harrisburg, tells the I-Team they are aware of the notes and are keeping an eye on this investigation. They insist safety is their top priority. Now, you can see all of our reports on PAHomepage.com. Of course, we'll continue to work on the interesting story. Stay tuned. Nick and Kaz, back to you.
Andy, thanks.
There's some new information tonight in an ongoing I-Team investigation into mysterious notes with cryptic messages found in food and other products around the state.
Yeah, those notes are also being found in state parks as well. And 2822 News I-Team reporter Andy Mehalshick has been following the story. Andy joins us in the studio with what we've learned today. Andy?
Well, Nick and Kaz, this story is developing in real time. The I-Team right now is working on several solid leads as to where these notes may be coming from, their origin. Also, who might be responsible for these messages on these notes. All of that is a work in progress. Stay tuned. And we continue to hear from people from all over northeastern and central Pennsylvania and beyond, people who want to weigh in on these notes. The I-Team first reported word of these mystery notes 2 weeks ago when a man found a note inside a plastic bag inside a sealed box of cereal he purchased in Luzerne County.
I mean, it just bothers me. I mean, the note really, it's not the note that really bothers me. It's just these notes are found inside food, like kids' food.
And since that initial report, we have heard from dozens of people from across northeastern and central Pennsylvania and beyond. This map shows where notes have been found in a wide variety of food products as well as other products like beauty supplies. The notes have also been found pinned to trees at state parks all across the Commonwealth. All of these notes are similar in that they contain a variety of words referencing current and past world events, pop culture, business, and conspiracy theories. The I-Team is working several leads as to the origin of the notes and who might be responsible for putting those notes in those products. That is a work in progress. Stay tuned. Now, people from all across the area continue to reach out to the I-Team with theories about what is going on. We spoke to a woman from Luzerne County who says she found a note several years ago in a box of cookies and didn't know what to make of it. She then saw our recent reports and has been analyzing the notes in those reports. She describes herself as a very intuitive person. She did not want to be identified, but wanted to weigh in.
So I actually think this is one of the most important aspects of this story. I think that this person themselves,
could be someone that is labeled in our society as having some sort of a mental issue. But the way that this is written, this person is actually very intelligent, very up to date with, things that throughout our history that are definitely easily investigated, and just things that are going on in our present day.
Again, the I team is working on several leads we can confidently call solid leads as to where and how these notes were placed in the products, as well as whom or what groups may be responsible. Again, a work in progress. Stay tuned. You can see all of our reports on our website, pahomepage.com. Nick and Candace, back to you.
Thanks, Andy. The I team search for answers as to the origin of those cryptic notes that have been found in food and other products across Pennsylvania is moving forward tonight.
We've been tracking down leads as to who might be responsible for those notes and trying to decipher what they mean, if anything. And our lead I team reporter, Andy Mehalshick, he's been working this story for weeks. He joins us now in the studio. Andy?
Well, good afternoon, Candace and Nick. Every day, the I team hears from people from all across Pennsylvania and beyond with questions and concerns. People want to know what the notes mean, but more importantly, they want to know, how does anyone gain access to our food supply? You name the product, and a mystery note has probably been found inside that product, including cereal boxes, baking supplies, and even clothing. The notes have also been found pinned to trees in state parks, like Nescopec State Park in Luzerne County. The notes contain words and symbols referencing world events, and on some notes, they refer to conspiracy theories. Our I team reports have caught the attention of people in Pennsylvania and well beyond. In fact, a woman in Colorado who has been researching the notes in her part of the world believes the notes are being produced by people who have the same worldview.
It's an ideology that explains the world for you. I think a lot of people post-COVID are really confused and scared with the way the world is. They don't know what's going on.
A woman from Berks County says she found a note inside a sealed box containing a dessert product.
I just opened it up, and when I opened it up, a little white note fell out, and I thought, well, this is odd. What is this?
So she did an internet search, and she saw our I team reports. She called with her experience in the hopes it could help solve the mystery of these notes.
I'm quite concerned as to how or who is this secret society that according to from what I read, how it's getting around all these areas, and is there a threat? It's scary.
Now, we do have to point out some of the people who have reached out to us did not want their last name used for safety reasons, but they wanted to tell their story. Now, the I team has confirmed the FBI is investigating these notes. Now, if you have found a note or have an idea or a theory where they could be coming from, contact the I team. You can see all of our reports on our website, pahomepage.com. Nick and Kaz, back to you.
All right, Andy, thank you.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Nick Toma.
And I'm Gianna Gawley in for Candace Kelly. It remains an unsolved mystery. Cryptic notes being found inside all types of products, including sealed food products.
They're also being found in state parks as well. And today marks 1 month since the I team started doing a deep dive into what is the story behind all these notes. And 2822 I team reporter Andy Mehalshick has been working the story. Andy's live in the studio. Andy, what's the latest?
Well, good evening, Nick and Gianna. We have pinned down several solid leads as to the possible origin of these notes. More on that in a moment. Today was yet another day, though, of people from all across Pennsylvania and beyond reaching out to the I team with stories about discovering these notes. A woman from the Bloomsburg area of Columbia County reached out to the I team Friday morning saying she found a cryptic note inside a package of a health drink.
It was super creepy, cryptic, and it just something that you definitely wouldn't normally find anywhere. So it bothered me to reach out, and yeah, it was just creepy.
She called police, who actually came and took possession of that note. This is the latest person to reach out to the I team. Now, we launched our investigation a month ago. This after Joe Miller from Sugarloaf Township in Luzerne County contacted the I team after finding a note inside a sealed cereal box. Since then, dozens of people from all across the state and beyond reached out to us. This map shows just some of the locations notes have been found.
I think it's amazing how this could be happening for so long, and nothing has been done about it. It's kind of creepy, right? I wouldn't want to get a product that had some strange note in it and so forth.
Dr. J.C. Blewett is Associate Professor of Management at King's College in Wilkes-Barre. He has studied and now teaches supply chain operations. So what's his take on these mystery notes?
My general take is that this is a small-time operation that's trying to snowball, or kind of like the domino effect, where you have a small group of people that are, putting these things in, and then there's others that say, oh, I believe in this conspiracy theory, right? But it's probably small-time stuff.
Dr. Blewett says there are a lot of hands involved in the supply chain process.
And one thing that I'm most interested on the story is the surveillance element. I'm sure that we're going to figure out who is doing this, and then hopefully be able to, sanction them, and maybe even find out more about why they're doing it and so forth.
Now, the I-Team has tracked down several solid leads as to the origin of these mystery notes. Now, based on our research so far, we believe at least some of the notes are coming out of south central Pennsylvania, specifically the Harrisburg area. And again, sources tell us the FBI is indeed investigating. We're still working the story, more to come in the days ahead. Now, you can see all of our reports on PAHomepage.com. Back to you.